So we're having you on, obviously, because you guys are going for back-to-back championships. Barstool's best bar in America. You're in the finals. I believe the voting starts at 7 o'clock tonight. Before we even get to that, and we'll give you plenty of time to promote that, just talk about what the last month has been like for you and restaurant owners in general. And I know for years you've been saying eventually there's going to be a restaurant crash. You didn't know that this was going to be the way it was going to happen. But you gave me some statistics like 75% may never come back.
Yeah, I mean, that's just from the industry has come up with that. 75% of restaurants they're predicting are going to close permanently everywhere. So 3 out of your 4 favorite restaurants are gone.
Right.
I think before all this, there's just too many restaurants. Not enough people, too many restaurants as it was. And then this sort of just sort of kicked everything off. I mean, I was with EB on this. Like, I've been listening to the show the last month or so, and like I started to get worried about Corona, and our restaurants stayed packed. And I remember the day before we just closed it all up, we were slammed. I look on the camera, there's like 2 80-year-olds sitting at a table surrounded by 100 different donks, and I'm like, what are we doing? I just closed before the government or anyone said to close. Right. And of course, college kids weren't taking the whole thing seriously. So to me, I had a feeling it was going to be a total disaster. So we're closed permanently. I mean, not permanently. We're closed for the foreseeable future right now. I mean, so
what has your governor done? Because it differs by state to state. What has the governor of North Carolina done? Are you in stay-at-home order? What is going on there?
We are, but North Carolina was sort of slow to it. But even locally here, if you need a test, you can't get one. They're not testing everyone. And then the tests that they are running, they're taking like 10 days to get back. So how many people, no one knows who has it or how many people have it. So it's crazy. The restaurant business.
Do you know anybody that contracted it?
I don't, but I know someone that's been tested, and they're going on the 9th day. And, she called yesterday, and they're like, we don't have the results.
That's crazy.
I mean, and they didn't even want to test her. They're like, we need to save these tests for old people.
Right.
So
right. Brett, here's what's scary, and I don't know if you've been listening at all in the last couple of days, but I've been watching your boy from Bar Rescue, and I've been reading some of his interviews and stuff, and I think he's so right. At least until a vaccine is here, which is, a year and a half away, people aren't, even if they give us the green light, now it might be a little bit different in college, but you could get shamed. People aren't going to want to congregate like sardines like at a place like Sup Dogs anymore, or any restaurant. That guy John Tapper, or whatever his name is, thinks that restaurants should pull out 50% of their tables because people aren't going to want to be on top of each other. And then I think of college bars like yours, and obviously kids don't care, but if the media sees this, right, or if the neighborhood sees this, I really fear for you. You're going to have to think about how you're going to handle this, because I don't see in the foreseeable future how you're going to be able to have the environment that you've had over the last 10 years.
I just 100% agree. Yeah, I agree. And part of
it's terrifying.
Sort of, packed in and sitting close is all about the energy of the restaurant. And if you remove 50% of the seats, the energy of the restaurant just totally goes away. So either restaurants are I was thinking about either.
Well, that moves to Cakes' dream restaurant.
They're going to raise their prices.
Sorry, Brett. Cakes likes that empty restaurant, though.
I do. Yeah. That's kind of my thing.
Yeah, but it doesn't work if you own
it. I'm old.
Go ahead, Brett. Say what you're going to have to do.
I think either restaurants are going to have to raise their prices to make up for the volume, or there's going to be like a social distancing section, like back in the day when there's a smoking section or non-smoking. Maybe we have part of the restaurant that's social distancing section for like people that bring in their grandparents or people over 50. That's the only thing I can think of. But that's just, I mean, then 75% of people think I'm crazy for saying 75% of restaurants are permanently going to close, but how can they not?
I don't think you're crazy with that number. I mean, restaurants were struggling before the coronavirus hit.
Well,
and like you said, this is just going to accelerate the ones that couldn't keep up.
But why can't they close?
Put them out of business.
Why can't they close and just reopen down the road?
Like clubs do. That's what I envision.
I mean, because these people, that's what they do for a living. I mean, they can't just go into a whole new industry.
No, they're going to close, file for bankruptcy or whatever, and then start a new company and start a new restaurant. That's what I think
not as many people may be going out.
Well, they could, but the startup costs, you can't just walk into a restaurant and start operating. I mean, the startup costs are crazy, and the restaurant industry, nobody has any money. Nobody.
No, you have to get loans.
Saved a cent.
You have to get loans.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, we were lucky. You know, we've been saving up. I just paid our staff in full. They get paid. They get their checks tomorrow, so I paid them in full the last 2 weeks. So at least for now, everyone's getting paid in full. And I'm just sort of taking those bullets. But
why didn't you decide to do the curbside stuff?
I mean, I'm just thinking about it. Like, if you're not busy, then it's just pennies. Like it's
not
impossible to make. It's pennies. And then if you are busy, like I think if we opened, we'd be slammed with carry out and delivery. But then you're gonna have 20 donks in the restaurant at the same time, picking up to-go food, fighting. You know which takeout box is mine. And then, I mean, they're talking about 100 to 200,000 deaths. I mean, is that safe? I don't know. So I don't know. It's kind of. To me, the whole situation's scary because if you do takeout, I mean, it's just pennies, really. And then if you're busy, you're going to get people sick. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Tough call. We did a Takeout Tuesday last night, Brett, because we did the old what did you have for dinner last night on Monday, and all of us actually had food at home. And so 3 of us did carry out, which is curbside. But most of those places, I did Coastal Flats, which is in my neighborhood. They basically had probably 1 cook and 1 guy delivering the food, and it looked like a ghost town in there.
Dude, Great American Restaurants laid off 1,700 people. I mean, that's a show. Then what happened to those people's lives? Like, how do they pay their bills? And then, I mean, it's just it's just a nightmare.
Right, and that chain is generally successful and was making money. And you're talking about the chains that were barely hanging on. That's one that was really doing well and had to lay off nearly 2,000 people.
That's so scary.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
All right, so let's go to the positive. We actually retweeted the video of Shaq, who's going to be your DJ for Doggy Jams coming up in the fall, just wilding out with his family. I guess it's his family. It looked like they're having a blast. You're going for back-to-back championships for Barstool Best College Bar, right?
Yeah, Barstool does a contest, and it's like an NCAA tournament style. We're in the finals, which is tonight at 7 p.m. And if you follow any of like some of the Twitter accounts with the show, you guys have been awesome and tweeting the link to vote. And basically, you just tweet the hashtag Barstool Supdogs, and then it's a vote for us. So we're up against Kansas, and they got 2,000 more votes than us last round. So we're actually a big underdog because Kansas is treating this like their national championship. Like Bill Self is going crazy tweeting about this best bar contest. Right. Same with Les Miles. So we're sort of up against all these NBA players and Kansas alumni. So,
well, Bill Self is paying off the voters, so don't worry.
So, Brett, give us the context then. So if they got 2,000 more votes out of how many? Like, what was the vote disparity?
I think we got like 7,000 votes, and they got 9,000.
All right.
So
how long is the voting? So it starts at 7 tonight. When does it close?
It goes till Friday.
We can get that. We can get that.
Dude, a lot of our voters have been Junkies listeners.
Yeah.
But it just sort of keeps our name out there, especially while we're closed. I mean, and in the college bar world, the college scene, Barstool's everything. So to win it again is worth a ton of money to our business.
So, Brett, I'm looking up ECU notable alumni. Have you reached out to Sandra Bullock, Vince McMahon, Chris Johnson? Are you mobilizing your forces?
Chris Johnson did tweet about it the other day. Here's who I have. I paid the Situation from Jersey Shore.
It's so funny. You go back to your well, like the guys that you like.
You love the
this is all from radio. I got Spencer Pratt, the Situation. I got three porn stars. So I'm just collecting like sort of donks that I've.
How much did you have to pay the Situation to tweet about it?
300.
Wow. Yeah. And how many followers does he have?
Well, no, it wasn't even a tweet about it. It was just to make a video and say, vote for Supdogs Best Bar, and I'm going to push that out there for awareness.
Oh, you should get them to tweet about it to their followers.
Here's who I got, just through Instagram DM, Joe Exotic's husband, Dylan.
You did?
You got Dylan?
Dylan. He did this whole, 20-second video for us, and he actually killed it. It was awesome.
How much did you have to pay Dylan?
What I paid him, I asked him if I could pay him $200. He said, sure.
Yeah, of course he did.
Hysterical.
I think he has
You're
all
getting him on the cheap.
I think he's got new teeth now, too, by the way.
No, this is his last husband.
No, not that guy.
Dude.
Oh, a different guy. Okay. He went through husbands.
He
like
had another husband like Juan that wasn't even on the show.
Right.
Oh, dang. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So that's who I'm working with. I got the Junks. I got, Rom's out there tweeting for us. By the way, has anyone checked on Rom?
I have not.
I
No.
talked to him a few days ago. I mean, didn't he cash out and take a huge loss on
Yes.
the ICPT?
I'm sure he has.
Yeah.
But his life doesn't change. It's the same old, same Rom.
By the way, if he got coronavirus, he'd probably be dead, right?
Oh,
I mean, he's definitely at risk.
His immune system is so compromised.
If he got it, he would die.
Yeah, but that's ultimate attention dollars.
Yeah. Yeah. He actually told me he hopes he gets it because that way he doesn't have to kill himself.
Right. He's going out on his sword if that happens.
Yeah.
And then how nice is like Kevin, BDK? Kevin texted me out of nowhere, hey, what can I do to support your restaurant? Can I buy merchandise? Can I buy a gift card? Totally
I
unsolicited
know. He's a
random
nice
text.
kid. Yeah, he is a nice kid.
So I just told him to tweet out about Barstool Best Bar, so he's going to do it.
Nice. Kevin's an influencer.
He is.
He is. He's got like 60,000 followers, and the people that follow him love him.
Yeah. All right. Well,
So I just
you know
need
what?
people to help us tweet, that's all.
Is it just like if I put it on Instagram, does that help?
I mean, you could tell people to go to Twitter, but it's a Twitter contest.
It's a Twitter thing,
just-
so it's more of a Twitter
yeah.
thing. Right.
So
Just write hashtag Barstool Supdogs, and that's a vote. But it starts at 7 p.m. tonight.
So you said you're going up against Kansas in the bracket, in the actual bracket on the site. Does it say Kansas or does it say a certain bar in Lawrence? Like
It
yours
says
does.
Kansas, and then the bar.
I think
the
the
bar
bar-
says ECU Supdogs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you.
We're not going to name their bar. It's just a bar in Kansas.
Yeah, I mean,
We're an awful state. Kansas is a terrible state.
Well, but
Brett, how
I need
long-
the Junks listeners.
We'll get you through it. How long can you survive this? Could you survive and just hold your rent and keep your spot for 2-3 months if you had to?
I mean, it depends. Like, yeah, the answer is yeah, but like, how long can you survive it with paying 120 employees in full?
Well, no, you can't do that. You can't do
I
that
know.
indefinitely. There's no way.
At some point.
Yeah.
But a lot of it's going to be, how much stimulus money you get, and I've been working with our accountant in the bank, and the whole thing's just confusing and hard. But we're going to be fine. 100% going to open. I mean, we've been lucky to be able to save money just for a situation kind of like this. So, I mean, it could go a long time and we'd be fine. But I just can't pay 120 people forever. That's the part that, like,
Right.
I don't know, sucks.
What are the people down there talking about? Are they worried about the football season?
Yeah, I mean, the football coaches are literally doing nothing. And I live right next to I felt bad. The defensive coordinator, he moved down here and got fired in 1 year. The dude is
That's
like
because teams are
61.
putting up 58 points on them.
But even his job, like, he planned on, like, looking at other college jobs or maybe NFL scout or NFL jobs. He said the entire football world shut down. There's no talks of jobs or any of that. So he's just, I mean, literally every industry this is affecting. I mean,
Did you tell him you scored a touchdown in the Turkey Bowl?
I didn't bring up the Turkey Bowl, but I should have. I missed those days.
Yeah, missed
All right,
opportunity.
so Brett, people need to start 7 o'clock tonight. If you're a Junkies listener, support our guy Brett. Hashtag Barstool Best Bar. Hashtag Barstool Sup Dogs. That's all you have to do.
You got
Tweet that out.
Yeah,
Hashtag
set an
Barstool
alarm
Best
on your
Bar.
phone for 7 p.m.
Barstool Sup
And then-
Dogs, and you have till
Yeah.
Friday.
Awesome. I really appreciate it, guys.
Stay in
All right,
touch,
Brett.
bro.
Best of luck.
Good
Hang
luck.
in there,
Bring it home.
brother.
Back to
Thank
back.
you. We
Okay,
will.
buddy.